Now, 1, 2, talk it off, guys. About to do this. Yes. You know what you got to do, right? Run to tell your friend in the yard, yes? All right, guys, listen, we got so much to talk about today. This is part 3 of, we're just talking about domestic violence and a couple of things that have been going on. I really want to share with you. I really want to get this topic out there. As much as I can, as much as little old me can get this topic out there, I really want to do that. And I want you to make sure, you know what you have to do right now, right? First of all, you have to subscribe to our YouTube channel, The C2 Project, and make sure that you share the video with your friends, your family, get the word out there. Now, the other thing that we've got going on is, remember, I promised you guys that we're going to be on Roku, and we will be on basically streaming all the time, having you that opportunity that you can see, want to talk it off whenever, wherever, however. Is that a Maxwell song? So yeah, so that's one of the things that we've got going on, and it's on the c2project.com. Just go to the watch live, and you will see that there now soon. Now it's already on Roku. So if you've got a Roku TV, or if you have a Roku account, make sure you go to the C2 Project and check us out there. What else do I have to share with you right now? We have so many opportunities for you guys to also submit your content and share with us anything that you would like, any film, a documentary. If you want to advertise yourself, just let me know that as well. For about 30 days, we are going to be allowing you to just share as free as possible. Do you have a webinar that you want to share with anybody? Make sure you let us know. Send us an email, info@the-C2 Project or info@careencarlton.com. And we will do that. We'll be right back with some more information for you right here on Want to Talk It Off. Make sure you share that video now. I want you to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and like me on Facebook. I'm Careen Carlton. I want you to do that. And join me every Monday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for 1, 2, Talk It Off. 1, 2, Talk It Off. Say 1, 2, Talk It Off. Every Monday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I want you to join me and tell your friends. Let's chit chat. Come on screen and share your thoughts with me, okay? Want to Talk It Off. Remember to follow and subscribe and like. I'm Careen Carlton. We're back. 1, 2, talk it off. Say 1, 2, talk it off. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. I think I hear little people. Okay. 1, 2, talk it off. Hey. Okay. So let me get started here now. And hang on 1 second. I gotta, let me make sure that I do this right. So first of all, what I want to share with you guys is, you see this thing right here. It says, we are now accepting content. I just shared a little bit of it with you just a few seconds ago. And so we're now accepting content for our TV channel, the-C2project.com. Go to watch.the-C2project.com and you will see that all of that there. You can send your information to submission at the C2 Project, and it does matter. It has to be wholesome. It has to be something that people can benefit from. It has to be more than just entertainment, okay? And so, right, so moving right along. All right, so so there's a couple of things that I want to share with you guys, and one of those things, it's talking about domestic violence and a lot of the things that are going on in this world right now. I mean, there's a lot of fanfare. There's a lot of stuff that it's that's clogging the airwaves with other things other than COVID. And I know that a lot of it has to do with COVID, the pandemic that's going on right now. So one of the things that I want to share with you, and I really hope that everybody gets a chance to really take it seriously. I don't have any jokes tonight. I hope they might pop up, you know. But if you think about what's going on in our society right now, the pandemic is going on, and if you put aside the fanfare and you put aside, um, let me just get rid of this for you guys 1 second. Okay, someone's trying to get through to me. No, you can't call me right now. So if you put aside the fanfare, or even notice that there are a lot of things that are going on right now. The Department of Justice. You know what? Let me see if I can bring this up for you real quickly. Let me see. Yeah, I really want to bring this up for you guys. Okay, so here we go. I think I lost it all, didn't I? I think I lost it, but oh no, it's right here. No, it's not here anymore. Okay, so here we go. So yeah, I almost thought that I lost it. I went through so much in making sure that I had this all planned for you guys and everything. And so right. So anyhow, so one of the things that I want to share with you is some of the changes, some of the laws that have been changed. And here, is this it? Okay, perfect. So they have changed some laws, and a lot of people aren't too aware of these laws, that the laws that they have changed and so on. And the Department of Justice office, the Justice Office on domestic violence against women, they made some significant changes in the past, so 2018-19, so the past 2 years. They made some significant changes to its definition of domestic violence. This was back in April 2018. Now, the Obama era definition was pretty expansive. It was vetted by experts, including the National Center for Victims of Crime and National Domestic Violence Hotline. And let me just share this with you right now real quick. This thing keeps changing on me. I'm sorry, but let me just share this with you. All right, so let me see if I can find this real quick and put it up. All right, cool. Here we go. All right, so, and I'm hoping that you guys can hear me really well as well. Okay, so here's the definition. And let me see if I can find the old definition first of all, and then give you the new definition as it is. All right. Okay, so the old definition, I know it's really small to read, but I just want you guys to have an idea of what it is. Obviously, you won't be able to see every single thing there is on there. So the term domestic violence includes felony or misdemeanor for crimes of violence committed by a current or former spouse or intimate partner of the victim, by a person with whom the victim shares a child in common, by a person who is cohabitating with or has cohabitated with the victim as a spouse or intimate partner, by a person similarly situated to a spouse of the victim under the domestic or family violence laws of the jurisdiction receiving grant monies or by any other person against an adult or youth victim who is protected from that person's act under the domestic or family violence laws of jurisdiction. And you can always, I'm going to put it back here, you can always go to the website and find this information where it talks about the laws and stuff. That website, justice.gov, /OVW /domestic violence, that will actually point you to that that website that will give you all the information that you're looking for on domestic violence. Okay, guys, so we're gonna be back in just about 30 seconds. You stay right where you are.
Making just one connection during recovery from mental and substance use disorders can put the strength of family and community behind you. We're all connected, offering encouragement, support, and hope. Join the Voices for Recovery. Strengthen families and communities.
For confidential information on mental and substance use disorders, including prevention and treatment referrals for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HEALTH. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
We're back. Thank you for staying. Thank you for keeping it on. Okay. Hey. Oh. Okay. Enough of that. All right. So let me just share this with you. I don't know how many of you are aware that the Trump administration, they actually made some adjustments to that same law. Believe it or not, they actually made some adjustments there. And let me just share with you. Let me see if I can find it really quickly and share it with you, because I think it's really important. So they basically they have limited it. It's less informed. It's really denying the experiences of victims of abuse by attempting to really put domestic violence as an exclusively criminal concern, and it's not. So if you remember that the previous definition was it really gave some details. It really went into detail about what is and what should and so on and so forth. And with this new one, they have, in my opinion, quietly changed a lot of what can go or what should go. Let me just find this for you real quickly, because so I wish I could have read all of it for you, what was in the previous law, because it broke down sexual abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse. It broke it down, and then this the change, it really just limited it, like it put it on a quick diet. You know, those really, was it lemon water diet or those vinegar diets or something? It really just like slimmed it right down. And the thing with that, the problem with that is that a lot of the people who are relying on it for comfort or effect to help them out of a situation, they can no longer do that. Because if you think about the situation with domestic violence, it's physical, it's sexual, it's emotional, it's economic abuse, it's psychological, it's physiological abuse. A lot of it has to do with what the perpetrator is able to do to the victim. The previous definition was very necessary. If you think about what was entailed, it was really very necessary. I just had to check to make sure that my microphone wasn't muted. I'd muted myself one time. It was very funny. It was quite hilarious. Anyhow, so it was so it was really necessary for all of this, the definitions to be in place, to be expressed. All right. We all know that that domestic violence is not clear. It's not it's not one of those things that's like clear cut, dry, done, that you really figured out how to deal with it. So when you think about tunneling what it is, it's not really smart, not for the victim. And we may even say that the person who's a perpetrator is also a victim, but until they have repented of their ways, they're still the perpetrator. And the previous definition, as you would see, showed patterns. It showed behavior, and it allows for the victim to show the constant abuse that they're being put through. So it's not just one morning you get up and somebody hit you and that's domestic abuse. Well, that is domestic abuse, but it's not just like one day, bram, it happened, and then you figure it out and understand. No, that's not the case for everybody. And it also helps the victim to show the ways that the perpetrator was able to do what they were doing, and I'm also trying to not say the man as the perpetrator or as the woman, or because quite often there are times when the woman is the perpetrator. And I got to share something really quickly with you. But before I do that, I just want to say that, so there are a number of different reasons why people will stay in a situation. And sometimes it might be because they don't know the choices that they have. All right. They might stay because they may feel threatened if they decide, I'm going to bring criminal charges, whatever it is, against this person because they're hurting me. When you think about all the moving parts in this thing, it's not as simple as I'm done. It's sometimes you can say that, but then they're the ones who really can't say that because of the situation that they're in. I want to share with you really quickly. Let me just make sure I bring it up in context as well. So we know that. Let me not say so we know, but as I think it was just about around July or so, there was the Johnny Depp situation, and he's been going through for the past couple of weeks. He's been going through quite a bit in court, in the courts in London, as recent as the beginning of July. I'm not too sure where it is right now. I stopped following it because it was really interesting and heart-wrenching to see what these two people were being put through. And I'm not going to say who was putting them through it, because it might be he was putting her through it, or she was putting him through it, or they're just putting each other through it. Okay? But it's just really interesting to see how everything is unfolding, and not even fans are accusing him of, you're a wife beater. And this all started because his wife said that he's a wife beater. So he took her to court for libel, and I guess this is the only I am in my perception of this, in my little binocular or telescopic view of this. I'm thinking that this is probably the only way he could really bring attention to what was going on behind closed doors, to really have people understand that he was actually the victim of all that was going on. And the other thing about it was, so let me just read something for you here. It says, so he has been going to court for a number of weeks, and this goes back to as far as 2018, when his then wife, or estranged wife they would say, called him a wife beater, and said that there was overwhelming evidence that he had assaulted her and his wife Amber Heard in their marriage. And obviously he denies all claims, and obviously whatever he says, she's going to deny as well. And it goes on and on and on. And he's been testifying on his behalf, and she's been testifying on her behalf, and she's also have had people come in and testify on her behalf as well. Now, she's had her sister come. Now, one time, she said her sister said that she saw Johnny Depp hit her sister, and then she got involved because she was trying to defend her sister, and then Johnny Depp's bodyguard and assistant came in and said, hey, you know what, we've seen this, and the wife is the one who's actually initiating the violence, and it's crazy. At one point, she has even taken pictures to sully his reputation, but I think he can handle that sullying of his reputation on his own. She has taken pictures of him while he was on one of his what they call drug binges or alcohol binges or whatever it is. So he's intoxicated, he's under the influence, and he's all out of it. So then she snaps a picture of him in his compromised state and sets it out all there for the world to see. So his drug paraphernalia on the table or bathroom, whatever it is, and he's out cold, and she snaps a picture. Who does that? Who does that? Okay. All right, so you're trying to do that to hurt him. What kind of personality would do that? Just walk away. Just walk away. If you think he's gonna follow you, then you bring the court in. It's just really interesting that this is unfolding, and because this is not something that we know both sides of the story. Everybody can concoct their own side of the story, so we don't really know what's going on. And because they're famous, everybody is going to speculate and assume, and then they will assimilate their own stories of what exactly is going on. But we don't know what is going on. But it has come to this point where both of them are in court and they're both defending themselves over this statement. And I think I just think it's just really, really crazy that this is actually going on. But, sometimes we always think it's the woman, or when we hear that it's the man, we always think that the woman is this big, aggressive, McGuffey kind of thing. Not always. They're pint-sized perpetrators. Very pint-sized perpetrators. Very pint-sized. And they can be very manipulative with it. Now, domestic violence doesn't always affect husband and wife. You can have siblings that are abusive and are able to show physiological, physical, as you can see there, sexual, emotional, economical abuse to somebody as well. And I really think that when the Trump administration had made that change, and they did it so quietly, I was just like, why would you do that? You change the law, you don't say anything, you don't tell anybody anything, you just do it. And you think that nobody's going to notice when you do that? Come on, man, why? Why did you think it was necessary to do that to a victim of domestic violence? Why do you think, why? Understanding that, I remember, let me backtrack a little bit. I remember B.B. Winans. He had a case of domestic abuse, and in my opinion, whether or not it's true, I think his character's recovery was quite fluid. And then another gospel artist, I think it was Jason Nelson, he also had his opportunity to have that label slapped upon him because, we get angry. But it is how far are you going to go to put your hands on another human, another adult? And you can get that angry to do it. No, when let's just say it happened once. Okay, let's just say it happened twice. Brother, 2, 3, 4, 17, 11, 12, 46, 504. Who isn't learning? The victim isn't learning, and the perpetrator isn't learning. So I think there's a little bit of healing on both sides. The victim needs healing and educating, and the perpetrator also needs healing and educating. And I know you heard me say earlier that the perpetrator can be a victim and is a victim after they've repented, because if you think about someone who is afflicting this kind of pain and this kind of hurt, it must be coming from somewhere to be transcended somewhere else. Now, if you think about when you're, let's just take hunger. Hunger is a feeling that's physical, and physical and psychological, physiological if you think about it. So you're hungry, you decide, or you know what, I gotta go get something to eat. But you get caught up, you get distracted, and you're still hungry, but you're doing other things. So then other things are, you start to feel more hungry, and so you go to work, you I don't know, you clean your car, then you go to the grocery shop, and you might snack on something. It fills you for like a minute, but you continue, and then it gets to the point where the hunger says, listen, I've had enough, I'm about to bust out of here. And bust out of here means you faint, you get so famished that you eat the wrong thing. You die from hunger. Starvation, malnutrition is at that point. I mean, I'm just drawing it to the real extent, the full extreme of it. So then, you figure out ways to fix this hunger until you're able to get something substantial to eat. But the thing is, while you're putting all of those things in your system, you're damaging your body. It's filling for a certain amount of time, but then you got a whole bunch of other things that are being messed up while that is happening. So it's almost like, there's a victim who is receiving all of these bad things, and then the perpetrator who's also putting all these bad things into their system, because they themselves are trying to fix that hunger, but the hunger isn't being fixed because they're not taking the time out to get the meal. So take the time out so that you can fix your hunger, and until they realize that, hey, I was making this error, they're not going to be healed. And when they changed that law, it affects both the victim and it affects the perpetrator. So then the victim is always going to be like, yeah, I gotcha. The perpetrator may not get the opportunity to be fixed, healed. Fixed only, you're talking about an animal. Healed. Put back together correctly. And it can take a while for some people. For others, it might have just been one experience that really pushed them over the edge, and they did not realize that this was a part of their personality, a part of the characteristics and attributes that they were made up with, that they needed to understand how to tweak them and put them in a certain context so that they can function in this world and in this life that they've been given. So now they're criminals and they may not get that opportunity for that healing. Well, with the previous definition and how it was applicable to the perpetrator and the victim as the law would see it, both were given that opportunity. And again, remember the first definition of the law was dealing, it included behaviors and patterns. This other one doesn't do that. It just really just point blank, it's criminal, don't hit them, or we'll fix you, we'll deal with you. We can't deal with everything like that. One thing I'll tell you is this: when we learn and understand how important love is, not just for Eros, but for Plato, for Platonic, and for growth and nurturing. When we understand how important loving each other is, it's going to be a second, third, fourth, fifth thought before we Say, hey, listen, I want you to do this, or I will harm you. And the harm doesn't always come in an act of violence. The harm comes in insult. It comes in um, deprivation. It comes in so many different ways. You feel bad about yourself, and all these other things. You are just oh my gosh, how crazy can this world be that I must be. I don't deserve this life. We are. It really, really just throws us and hits us for six when we are in this mad world. We're not able to love each other. We're not able to um, give each other positive encouragement or enforcement. Where we think the best thing to do is to starve our children or tell somebody how bad they are, instead of uplifting and encouraging and reinforcing the positive. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and anyone that loveth is born of God and knoweth God. He that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. So let us love one another. That's the word of God. And a lot of times people are saying, hey, listen, the Bible ain't real. This didn't just drop out of the sky. This word has been around for a while. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. So when we think about the craziness, when the Bible talks about men will be lovers of themselves, and they will be haters of the truth. They will want more. They will want more. They will want things that are exciting and interesting, and they will just always be hungering after the thrill. It's biblical. But we tend to think that it is. We don't believe the Bible. For whatever reason, we don't believe the Bible. But why don't you believe the Bible? Is it because it is just scratching away of some of the things that you know that you want for yourself? Because if the Bible says, hey, listen, that's wrong, and you go like, well, why is it wrong? It doesn't hurt me. It's not hurting anybody. But let's look at the entire picture of it. We talk about all the wrongs during the Bible. The Bible is cruel. The Bible is bad. But the Bible is right, though. I mean, Americans call it lemonade. I call it lime juice. We in the Caribbean, we call it lime juice. That's acid. It's acid. But it's good. It has so many great properties. Aloe vera is so bitter. I guess you would say that's bad too, right? But it's got so many great properties. The taste, big deal. Flushing your kidneys, fixing your skin, all of that other stuff. I mean, have you ever tried eating raw spice? Ugh. But it's so great for reducing constipation. It helps with, not constipation, with diarrhea. So you got diarrhea, drink some spiced tea, no sugar. Parsley, horrible to taste. Works so great on high blood sugar levels. What we don't like is usually the things that are good for us. And then when the things that taste and smell and feel so good, we take it, then we have the effects of it that are like, oh, how did this happen? Oh my goodness, where did this come from? Well, it might have been from the staying out really late doing absolutely nothing, including something as simple as playing video games and not doing your homework, or playing video games and doing your homework, but still you pretty much wake up late for school. That's young people, right? Okay, so let me do this. So I know I'm going away, but I'm gonna come right back. So you don't have any homework, but you actually have work on Tuesday morning, but it's Monday, and I mean, I was really chilling. I really had a good time on Saturday and Sunday night. So me and my friends, we decided to hang out again on Monday night, and then we actually got home like 3:30 in the morning. But I had to get to work for 8, and I overslept. I didn't wake up. I live alone, so I didn't wake up until, because I'm independent. I'm an adult, so I didn't wake up until 11 o'clock, and I didn't hear my phone alarming because I was like really dead to the world. I was so tired. And this has happened like the third time in 3 weeks. And my boss gave me my last warning. I guess bad things happen to good people. My boss fired me because I was late. 3 hours late. Repeatedly. That's a bad thing, right? And you're a good person, right? But why were you doing bad things? So, all of that to say this, there's so many good things that are out there that we don't want to accept and take hold of, including loving each other, respecting each other, upholding each other, reinforcing each other. We prefer to bully, and we prefer to insult, and we prefer to hit, and we prefer to beat, get angry on the road, all of that sort of stuff. Check yourself. What's going on? What's happening in there? What's going on inside of there that's causing that to be repetitive? And then not just repetitive, but it's obviously now external, because I guess you could no longer hold internally. This is where we need the healing. So domestic violence doesn't just start when you get with a partner, or it doesn't just start that day or that month. It doesn't start there when everything just goes poof. It started before that. Behaviors, patterns, attitudes, practices, all of those sort of stuff. So this is where I'm going to go, guys. And I hope, and really hope, that you guys see where I'm coming from and are encouraged as well. Okay? I want you to, let me put my glasses on. I want you to, if you know of anybody at all who is being affected by domestic violence at all, hey, let them know, hey, listen, I care about what's going on with you. I am very interested in what's going on with you. I want to be sure that you're okay. All right? I want you to feel strong enough to come to me and share what's going on with you. I want you to do that. And let people know that you care about them. You let people know that you understand what is going on with them, and that you're willing to be a part of their life. Share each other's burden. I gotta go. I do. I gotta go. But remember, hang on, let me turn this down a little bit. Aside from all our glitches, we're on every Monday at 7 o'clock. Love one another, for love is of God. And anyone that loveth is born of God and knoweth God. He that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. So let us love one another. Until we meet again, subscribe to the channel. I think it is right there somewhere. Visit our website. I think it's down there somewhere. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for joining me. I'm Careen. Bye-bye. See you guys real soon. See you later. Hey, 1, 2, talk it up. Say 1, 2, talk it. 1, 2, talk. I'll see you guys. You. I want you to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and to like me on Facebook. I'm Careen Carlton. I want you to do that. you. I want you to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and like me on Facebook. I'm Careen Carlton. I want you to do that. And join me every Monday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for 1, 2, talk it off. 1, 2, talk it off. Say 1, 2, talk it off. Every Monday, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I want you to join me and tell your friends. Let's chit chat. Come on screen and share your thoughts with me, okay? 1, 2, talk it off. Remember to follow and subscribe and like. I'm Careen Carlton.